I'm a habitual procrastinator. If I can put it off until later, I will. Tomorrow, in an hour, in 2025. Oh, sis, it's time to stop with the excuses. If you're ready to start reaching your physical, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual goals and finally stop procrastinating, I need for you to grab your pen, your post-it, your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms. Honey, today this video is probably more for me than it is for you because I have procrastinated all day on actually recording this video. I heard an amazing creator talk about procrastination in a way that I've never heard before. She said that once you have an assignment from God, once you know exactly what you're supposed to do, once you have a mission and purpose, the devil's going to try to distract you. And when I tell you I hate hearing other people make excuses, yet I can figure out how to offer myself grace all the time. It's time for us to stop making excuses. So today I'm going to give you solutions to the most common excuses that we make for our physical goals, spiritual, intellectual, and emotional growth. If you're new to my channel, I help women 40 years and older who are ready to glow up, who are ready to tap into their greatness, who know that they can do more but need tools, support, and a community in order to get there. Sis, you are not alone. That is why I am so excited that this episode is sponsored by the Ambition brand's Clickish. Clickish is a community of women who understand the power of accountability. Imagine being surrounded by like-minded women who push you to become your best and highest self. I often get asked why I called it Clickish. And the reality of it is that we all kind of want to be a part of a clique. I don't know a single woman that is not looking for a community that is going to hold them down, lift them up, and support them when they fall. That is why I will be hosting bi-weekly meetings, our highly anticipated book club, monthly challenges, and exclusive planner content, where we will be building habits and routine to help support our physical, spiritual, intellectual, and emotional growth. This is not like one of those basic Facebook communities. This is a sisterhood of women who want more and are ready to support others on their glow up journey. You do not need to wait until 2025 to get serious about your goals. You need to run to the description right now to join Clickish and start reaching your most ambitious goals. Okay, honey, let's go ahead and get into the 4 areas where we love to make excuses. And I'm going to break down some solutions to each and every one of these solutions that I have found that have worked and some that I'm still working on. And we are going to start at the top where I have given my own self a million excuses, and I'm sure you have as well. That is with our physical health. Whatever excuse you have offered yourself, I've probably given myself that excuse a million times. I'll start tomorrow. I'm gonna wait 3 months until my birthday. I'm gonna go on a sugar fast later on this year. I'm gonna wait till my church does the Daniel fast. I'm gonna start on Monday. Why even try to start now when Thanksgiving is right around the corner? Sis, I want you to listen to the excuses that you are making about your temple. Your body has been gifted to you, and yet you can fix your mouth to say another day is a better day to take care of it. What I want you to do is I want you to start thinking of all the excuses that you've given yourself just this week about why you can't start taking care of your body, why it is that you can't drink a few liters of water a day, why it is that you can't prioritize getting in your steps and going to the gym, why it is that you can't measure your food, count your calories, and eat a salad at least once a day. Whenever you start really listening to the excuses that you give yourself around your physical health, it's honestly so concerning how we feel as if we can put off until tomorrow what we could do today. And so I often say, I'm not going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm on a health journey where I have lost more than 70 pounds. So when I tell you I know every single excuse that you've ever made about prioritizing your physical health, I know. But what I had to start doing was prioritizing consistency over intensity. And what I mean by that is that when we think about going to the gym, we automatically think that we need to show up at the gym 5 to 7 times a week, that we need to do HIIT exercises. We got to focus on calisthenics. By the end of the week, we're going to have abs, a big old plump booty, be able to run a 10-minute 5K, and finally lose the back fat. But the reality of it is that all of those things will come with consistency. Find an exercise routine that you can stick to. Identify the thing that you enjoy doing. It could be jumping rope, going for a walk, running, getting on a spin bike, or even on a Stairmaster. Baby, if you love it, stick to it. It's going to take you a while to identify the thing that you love, but the only way that you're going to be able to fall in love with any exercise is to consistently show up and try it. I'm also a proponent of starting small. Now, that traditionally goes against my personality because I feel like you should just go big or go home. But honestly, if this is your first time going to the gym in 2024, let's just try to show up 2 days in this week as opposed to trying to commit to 6. Use an accountability tool to start tracking your progress, celebrating your wins, measure your inches, get on the scale and write down what you have lost for the week. Being able to see the small changes in your body is oftentimes the only motivation that you need to keep going. Figure out what motivates you. Figure out what you can do. Figure out what you enjoy doing and find a consistent schedule and stick to it. No more grace, no more excuses, only solutions. The second area where we tend to stack up the excuses is in our spiritual growth and development. I'm sure you've heard the analogy, much prayer, much power. But much prayer sounds like it takes a long time. Like I'm about to be on my knees for an hour and a half first thing in the morning. And if you're anything like me, you may not have the time. This is where you have to start prioritizing what matters to you. If you want to be able to grow spiritually, identify the areas in which you want to be able to grow and dedicate the time to your growth. Just like anything else that we want to grow, we've got to nurture it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not one of these individuals that spend an hour or two in the pocket with Jesus. However, I do spend time with him throughout the day. I set a timer on my phone to alarm every hour from 9:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. And during each of those hours, I say just a small prayer or actually sit in meditation so that I can talk to God about the things that I need, the emotions that I have, or the problems that I am facing. And then I meditate in order to be able to hear his voice. First thing in the morning, I enjoy reading something motivational, inspirational, and it's also the time that I love to practice gratitude. But throughout the day is the time that I start getting clarity. I start finding my spiritual motivation to be able to get to that next time milestone. And this is a very small practice that I have been doing for years that has helped me to be able to grow spiritually. Another solution that I have found that I've been practicing for about 6 months is I've been prayer journaling. In addition, or as a replacement for practicing gratitude, sometimes I'll just write a love letter to Jesus. Sometimes I write an angry letter to Jesus. Sometimes I write an anxious letter to Jesus. But I have found when I write it out, I'm able to be honest about the things that are on my heart, some of the burdens and concerns that I have, some of the questions that I have around why things have happened. And one of the things that I absolutely love is to be able to go back in that journal and see the things that I was going through and how God has come through and answered each and every one of my prayers. Maybe the reality is that you're not spiritual. Maybe you don't subscribe to religion or prayer, but maybe you just know that you want to practice gratitude. You want to be able to just feel more centered. I encourage you to start journaling. Being able to get those thoughts out of your mind through a pen and onto a piece of paper creates an emotional purge that sometimes helps you just to feel lighter, more aligned, and more intentional throughout the day. Number 3 is your personal or intellectual growth. If you've watched a single video of mine, you know I'm not going to have a video where I'm not encouraging you to grow personally. And as a business and accountability coach, you can imagine the amount of excuses that I have heard from women just like you who feel as if they're too old to try something new, who feel as if platforms are too saturated to start being an influencer or content creator, who feel like they don't have enough time, they can't find the balance, that it's honestly just too late to pursue their dreams. But the thing that I can promise you about not pursuing your dreams is it will burn a hole in your belly until you pursue it. It will plague your dreams and your daily thoughts. If you have a business idea, a nonprofit, if you want to be able to learn a new language, go back to college, learn a new skill, trade, or talent, I want to encourage you to just tackle one small goal. I'm talking about a pea-sized goal, something that you may consider even insignificant to the overall achievement of that goal. If you want to start a business, I want to encourage you to start extremely small with your goal. I want you to actually just write down the name of your business. Write down the name of the nonprofit that you've been dreaming about starting. I want you to write down the title of the book that you've been commissioned to create. Whatever your goal is, I want you to start with one small thing that will help you to say, if I can do this, I can do the next step. And I want you to identify what that next step is for you. It may be going to the IRS website and applying for your EIN. It may be contacting an illustrator to be able to create your logo. It may be that you're going to go to your public library and check out a free book on the new skill or talent that you want to be able to create. Heck, it may be tuning into YouTube University to identify exactly how to become the content creator that you know that individuals need. I want you to close your eyes right now, put your hand over your heart, and commit to being a lifelong learner. You deserve to be the smartest person in the room. I am pretty sure that you're one paragraph away from being the smartest person in the room. You need to own it. You need to know it. You need to cultivate and nurture that talent and that skill and that knowledge every single day. This is why I love Clickish, because a part of being a member of our community is that we are going to focus on learning, growing, reading, and achieving small milestones that help you to reach your overall goal. The investment in yourself is absolutely worth it. You can make the time to do everything else that you want to do in life. You can make the time to scroll on Instagram. You can make the time to read The Shade Room every day. You can make the time to catch up on Love is Blind on Netflix, but you can't seem to find the time to grow personally, intellectually. You can't seem to invest in yourself. Honey, I hear excuses. Let today be the last day that you don't prioritize yourself. And lastly is your emotional health. I know that you feel as if it's pointless to bring up the past. I understand if therapy is outside of your budget, that you don't need to revisit things that have happened in your past or even yesterday. But your emotional baggage is holding you back from your spiritual growth, your physical glow up, and your personal development. Even though I left emotional health for last, it is possibly the most important. It's the area that we can make the most excuses because you're the only one that knows the things that burden you emotionally, that keep you up at night, that cause you anxiety and stress. But it is time to seek support and actually lean into getting the emotional help that you deserve. You're never going to feel like going to the gym if you have negative emotional baggage about your body image. You're never going to feel like talking to God if you have so many emotions around the bad things that have happened in your past. You're never going to think you are good enough to start the business, to write the book, to cook the meals, to start the blog or create the content if you don't actually handle the negative self-talk and the emotions that have been tied to your success. The two solutions that I want to offer you to be able to tackle your emotional health is 1, seek therapy, and number 2, focus on self-compassion. Actively practice positive self-talk. Use your imagination to go back in your mind to speak to that little girl who was hurt, disregarded, abused, or neglected. Show her the life that she's about to live. Forgive yourself for the wounds that you've never actually allowed to heal. Imagine your future self healthy and whole. Imagine being able to help others heal and being the support that you wish that you had. I encourage you to heal emotionally so that you are just that much stronger to be able to reach your physical goals, spiritual growth, and professional development. Oh, sis, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I told you that I was going to tell you things that I knew about firsthand and offer you solutions to be able to stop making excuses as soon as today. If you've not gone to the comment section yet, I would love for you to leave an empowering note to your future self or encourage someone else in the chat. And if you have not gone to the description to join Clickish, what are you waiting for, honey? Make sure that you head to the link in the description to join Clickish today and finally find the community of women that you've been looking for. I cannot wait to host these bi-weekly group meetings where we can start leveling up together. Okay, sis, I pray that you are well and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.